Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to yet another video that I am tentatively calling the News of Legends. Yes, definitely on the nose a little bit, but you guys actually really liked the show that I kind of had going on a few months ago where I would do like the news and the drama for the week that I ended up putting on the back burner for other videos. But I figured maybe a good time now that I actually have like a real schedule together, that's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 PM GMT, to have a designated slot for some news. And I'm definitely gonna become the Keemstar League of Legends now, boys. So kicking right off today is some of the most interesting news for me personally, and that's that we have the next rework on the list, and that finally is going to be Urgot. After the tank update is done and dusted, thank Christ it's almost over, this poor guy is finally getting all the love and attention that he deserves. My only thing that I want for him is that he finally gets the Happy Elf Teemo skin. Like, you know, in that skin, the Splash, there's a Snowman Urgot, and also Star Guardian Urgot. Riot, fucking do it now. Now, speaking of the tank meta, it looks like things aren't going exactly the way that Riot predicted, with some disgusting items being placed and Riot Spaghetti Code being Riot Spaghetti Code. We have ourselves some horror show levels of bugs with Sejuani. Or some disgusting one-shots, courtesy of Vanderbilt. Jesus Christ, is there nothing that Vanderbilt hasn't done on the practice tool already? Is the real question. That's the real question we should be asking. As well as that, this week, an ex-pro player by the name of TheRainMan was permanently banned on his 4th account that we know of after inting several times on stream, and a hate train pulled out of the station on him on Reddit, leading to him getting his account banned. Now, if you don't know who TheRainMan is, or who he was, there's a good chance that is because you weren't around playing League of Legends during Season 1. Rainman used to be the top laner for TSM, believe it or not, but he had somewhat of a my way or the highway kind of attitude, making weird picks all the time, having ever so slightly a bit of a temper, if you couldn't tell from all the infighting that he does. He was actually replaced with Dyrus, funnily enough, and he was essentially the polar opposite in terms of attitude for Dyrus. But yeah, it's entirely fine if you don't know who he is. I used to know him back when I played back in Season 1, back before Season 1 was even a thing. It's crazy to think that he was a member of TSM, and now look where this is all led. I mean, pretty much everybody dominating both Twitch and YouTube in the League of Legends scene are pros from X teams right now. Like, you got your Cutie Pies, Volleyboys, Dyruses, all that kind of stuff. It's nice to see the other side of the coin sometimes, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the guy got rank 1 Season 1 by playing Teemo, for Christ's sake, so that kind of tells you all you really need to know about the person. Anyway, despite his efforts to mask his usernames by hiding chat on screen, hiding his name on screen, removing chat commands in his stream to bring up his WoW Nexus or his WoW King, and making his username a barcode name, which are sequences of L's and I's that Smurfs tend to make just to kind of like hide their identity, he was still cut out, and subsequently this is his 4th permaban that we know of, but he probably almost certainly has a couple more though. His justification for this inting was that a crucial part of League of Legends in terms of gaining LP is int feeding. Now, saying that you are better to int a game and lose it in 10 minutes than playing a game for 40 minutes and losing the game anyway and still losing the same amount of LP is a little bit controversial, to say the least. Now, I'm kind of a stubborn person, so I always drag my games out. But let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Would you rather, on a certain level, I can kind of see the logic. You know, you can get a bunch more games in. If you lose in 10 minutes, if you lose 4 games in 10 minutes, you know, at least you got more games in that you could have won than, you know, 1 game in 40 minutes. But at the same time, where's the satisfaction in that? It's a little bit kind of by the numbers, you know, a little bit too mechanical for me. But I'm interested to hear what your thoughts are on that. Let me know. On top of these bans though, there is a good chance that this is probably going to be the last of his streaming career for League of Legends 2. With so much attention on him, and this being his 4th account ban that we all know of, there's a certain level of pull that Riot has over Twitch. Now, they could very easily do what they did to him with what they did to Tyler1, and tell him that if he plays League of Legends again on his account on Twitch and streams it, that they will suspend his Twitch account indefinitely. This is what happened to Tyler 1. This is where everybody was like, oh shit, Tyler's gonna be fucked. But then he ended up playing other games and has exploded and is like the funniest fucking guy on the platform now. Now, definitely a big fucking mess. But honestly, the guy has probably had it coming despite not really being a player anyone has known these days. Besides like OG members of the community like me who remember him from TSM. He always had a bit of a horrible streak in him, and I'm surprised that the karma train took this long to catch up to him. Another thing that happened after I recorded the audio for this video as well, GrossGore actually announced in a video that he is going to be a father. So God help Earth for having another miniature Ali Larson on planet Earth. But congratulations nevertheless. Now, in terms of major game changes, the mid-season spotlight came out this week, and we can see how absolutely disgusting Rift Herald is now going to be. You drop that guy, and he just headbutts the hell out of enemy towers, destroying pretty much over half of its HP in one shot. Zax's Q now schlomps onto enemies. You can slap them together, or become a pancake and pitifully attempt to trampoline carries into your team, even though I've legitimately never ever seen it successfully done. Maokai, now instead of being a ridiculous beast with a shit ulti, is now a fantastic, ridiculous, motherfucking dense beast with a lane-wide massive snare ulti that can completely ruin a team fight. Also, with some sustain, where you can just heal up a bunch as well. Fucking fantastic! Sejuani slaps people with their mates and stuff. We'll have a new story on that at Friday with a why I hate. Support items are now being changed to give quests so that supports can get upgrades to this throughout the course of the game on top of the other items that they're buying, which is a fantastic idea for me. Heal, ignites, actives now also have a small visual to show who cast the spell, which is a ridiculously fucking good idea. So as somebody casts a heal, you can see who it came from a little strand of like green or like yellow that comes from your teammate onto you, just to show that person healed you, as well as that if you ignite somebody, a little red bit will come off maybe, just to show who ignited who exhausted who is using which spell. Clarity is important in this game. Good to know who is using what summoners without having to press tab and check for yourself. Now, stuns, snares and silences will now also pop up above your health bar to show who is crowd controlled and by what, which is going to make life so much easier. It's only taken like 7 years for this to happen, but we've finally come up with the technology for letters. Now this was this big bump in the road for Riot along the way. The technology wasn't quite there. You know, it was just coming out as like boxes, like, you know, when you see a Chinese person in one of your games and they type and it just boxes. That was what was happening, man. It was just kind of, it was all over the place. But then something clicked. You know, they got in like a prodigy from like a backwater town who's just a master of programming, and yeah, suddenly letters were possible, and now we have this thing that's amazing. We can see when we're stunned now, which is fantastic. I cannot count the amount of fucking times I've had a Quicksilver Sash and I've used it at the wrong time because it was in the middle of like a team fight. I couldn't tell for like a split second if it was me that the stun hit or someone else, and it took like, oh god, it took a lot of deaths out of me, you know what I'm saying? It's perfect, this is fantastic, it's really clear, it's above your health bar. It's also going to be useful as a support because I like to buy Mikhail's Crucible, which cleanses your teammates, and I want to cleanse my teammate the second that they get stunned. Like the instant they get stunned, I want to cleanse that to keep them going, because even like a half a second is like enough time for someone to catch up to them. But I would completely whiff my Mikhail's because the stun hadn't quite hit yet, and there was no like real visual indicator besides them stopping, and it's horrible. Now all we need to do is deal with these fucking tanks now. But yeah, it seems like they're taking a lot of ideas out of Blizzard's book with Overwatch and Heroes of the Storm. Personally, it has to be said, the amount of quests and stuff with the support items is very similar to how talents work in Heroes of the Storm. And I know this might be a controversial topic, you guys are like, oh, but Heroes of the Storm is shit. Doesn't really matter. Blizzard have had great game design for like 20 fucking years. And a good idea is a good idea. So, and Heroes of the Storm, you pick a talent. It could be to auto-attack a hero 150 times throughout the course of the game. And if you do that, well, you get little bits of increase over the time. So every time you auto-attack like 10 times, you might get like 1 extra AD. But if you hit them 150 times, you get like 30 AD off it for completing the quest. And that's kind of what they're going to be doing with the support items, which is a fantastic idea, because it not only like encourages you to do things like, I don't know, maybe put down 20 wards, and that's fine. The stats being shown at the end of the game, they're looking to increase the amount of game stats that you get, because I don't know if you're like me, when I open up the advanced stats at the end of a League of Legends game, you just get hit with a fucking wall of information, and it's completely impenetrable to me. I just cannot, like, I only look at the total damage dealt pretty much, and that is literally it. I cannot penetrate that wall of text. I just do not even bother. Might be great for analysts, but for the layman, for me, no fucking clue what's going on. So they're going to add more things like damage done to towers, damage like healed, damage mitigated, or like tower, wards place as well, which is fantastic. Good, useful information that can help your team know who's doing well, who's doing what, and also who to flame, which is perfect. It's great stuff. If they just add play the game as well, that'd be fantastic. I like that. That'd be dope. Imagine having fucking play the game in League of Legends. Pretty nice. Anyway, guys, that's most of the news that we have for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This series is still a little bit new, so if you have any suggestions as to what to do to make it a little bit better, feel free to let me know in the comments section below, which I am sure you are going to do, whether it be good or bad. But I will see you on Friday, my friends, with a Why I Hate episode. I gave a little bit of a hint in this video who that was going to be on. It really was pretty obvious, but if you don't know, you should probably go back and check, because I did explicitly say who the Why I Hate would be on. Anyway, see you later. Take it easy. Goodbye. See you Friday.